Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Dirty and
DZAN. What is going on, people? It is Wednesday, October 6th, but for you, Friday, October 9th. Dirty and DZAN in the motherfucking building. Dirty D, how are you doing?
I'm doing. We got a lot of stuff to get to, brother.
Yeah,
because
we do.
There's been some crazy shit this week. I didn't even know where to begin. I'm sure you're going to direct us, but
how about you point the finger where we start?
Urban Meyer. What the fuck?
So pun intended.
Dude,
when I said point the finger.
You?
Okay.
What is wrong with you, dude? Right before we did this, I sent DZAN hadn't seen the video yet. And if you're not aware, or there's a video actually a couple videos circulating with Urban Meyer doing
hold on, Dirty. There might be some people that are really stupid who don't know who Urban Meyer is. Can you tell the people who Urban Meyer is?
No, you were the only one that didn't know. I'm kidding. No, he is the current head coach of Jacksonville Jaguars, legendary college coach, national championships in Ohio State, Florida.
Knew that. Duh.
Okay. So apparently got a little finger bang action going on inside of his restaurant. Chop House, I think
that was his restaurant. Like he owns that restaurant.
Yes.
That is so much worse.
Yeah, it's such a bad thing. And if you're not aware of this situation, it's going to get worse. So I sent a video, sent the link of the video over to DZAN, let him watch it. And like I say, there's multiple views. We can only find the one right now other than some pictures, but somebody said in the comment section from where the video that we retrieved, come on, Urban, show some fucking class. Cheat on your wife in private. Comment of the day.
That's such a good comment. You know those people that go for for the likes on the comments. I love those people because they are the reason why you look at comment sections.
Right.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And then there's the alternative to that, and you know who you are. But anyway, so Mr. Meyer has some splaining to do at the old household, and quite frankly in both households, because apparently his teammates or his team is not too happy with him. Rightfully so. He decided to bail. Now all of this took place last Thursday. Jacksonville traveled to Cincinnati. Obviously Urban's from Columbus, travels to Cincinnati, or from Cincinnati to Columbus after the game, which is a big no-no. You travel as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to his restaurant. Next thing you know, he's getting shit-faced, drinking three-finger Glenlivet, and has some hot smoking blonde dancing for him. And next thing you know, his fingers in her ass. So
I mean, and that's an employee. I mean, he's the owner. I mean,
there's a lot of problems with this.
No shit.
There's a lot of problems with this. Mrs. Meyer cannot be too fucking happy.
No.
I got to think that Mrs. Dirty would not be too happy.
No.
So I'm going to guess. And Dirty's got his household ironclad. All right. But that is something I don't even think I could come back from. So
no.
Nor would I want to. I have no interest in that. But nevertheless, I don't have Urban Meyer's money. I don't have Urban Meyer's restaurant and his career and all of that stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and pass judgment. But for me personally,
it's
can't do
not
that
a good
kind
look,
of thing.
right? It's not a good look.
Your teammates or your team, I guess, don't seem to be too happy about it either. So
it's a good segue. You want to talk about week 4, the NFL?
Let's do that.
Let's do it. How about this? How about I open it up with, this is the third straight week where we get an absolute fucking blowout, and the Bills are a part of 2 of them. They fucking stomped a mud hole in Texans' chest, 40-0. Holy shit.
As much as I agree with you, Buffalo Bills are a dangerous fucking team. As much as I understand that and I agree with that, I'm very concerned for Houston. They do not look like a very good football team. And with the whole thing with Deshaun Watson, how do you move a player that you don't even know if he's going to prison or not?
Right.
And not to mention, do you want a player like Deshaun Watson on your team? He did some very bad things, allegedly did some very, very bad things to women. And I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
So I'm very concerned for Houston, quite frankly. And they've got some really good guys on their team too. But that's not a very good football team. Again, I'm not taking any credit away from Buffalo Bills because they are that's a bad team.
Yeah. Shutting out Dolphins, and they're just stacking them up right now, man. They're just stacking them up. But yeah, the Texans, they won their first week, I think.
Yeah, Dolphins too, a really bad team though.
Right. Yeah.
So temper my enthusiasm for that. But yeah, and then today, I don't even know what time, but it was probably within a half hour. Stephon Gilmore, arguably the best cornerback in the league, probably not anymore, but gets released after a long contract dispute.
Right.
With Bill Belichick, gets released finally. And within a half hour, we find out that a trade has been made. So actually, I guess he wasn't released. I don't understand how that works.
That's a tough situation.
How can you release somebody and trade them? I can't wrap my head around that. But anyway,
we didn't sign the paperwork yet. He's going to be traded.
Well, see, that's just it though. Is that when you release a player, you have to send the paperwork to the NFL. So
right.
I don't understand how it doesn't matter at this point.
But speaking of, that whole thing, it's so weird. It's just so weird.
Well, when a player gets picked up within a half hour of being released, that should tell the team that released that player, maybe you fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
And they've got another guy. They've already moved into his position already. And he's really good. So that part makes sense. But Carolina gives up a 6th round pick for Stephon Gilmore. Ah, man. Okay.
I don't know, but hey, that Buccaneers Patriots game was a lot more competitive than I thought it was going to be. 19-17. I honestly thought that they were just going to get slaughtered.
Yeah. You know what? I'm pretty sure I did say this. I don't know if I said this on that podcast, but I said this a number of times. I was fully anticipating a low scoring game.
Yeah.
Because I knew what Belichick was going to do was muck it up to the point to where they couldn't run up the score. Because listen, everybody knows Bruce Arians, he owes no favors to Bill Belichick, and he wasn't going to provide any. So if he could have ran that up to 49-3, he would have. But yeah, I'm not terribly surprised by that, because how many times have we seen a team go out and put up 44 points and then the next week they put up 13? It happens so often in the NFL. You get that high, and it's kind of hard to maintain it. So there's usually a letdown the following week, almost always. So, but Stephon Gilmore, now a Carolina Panther.
And we'll see what happens there. Shit. Game of the week, I feel like, was the Giants and Saints. Fuck you, Saints. Why the fuck couldn't you have won when I actually wanted you to fucking win? They faced the Giants. It was looking really good for the Giants to lose. Go Cowboys. And they went into overtime and the fucking Giants came back 27-21. Son of a bitch. Not happy about that one. One of my really good friends, one of the people I rap with, his name is C-Boy. We actually did an album together. I produced a couple.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second.
Please.
This is important information. This is really important information. DZAN and I have been threatening for a long time.
I like how you say threatening.
We've been threatening for a long time to put out some more music, and we are finally underway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a minute. It's just going to be a single. Still going to be a minute, but we are working on something new. So
it's going to be fire.
Speaking of fire, that just may be in the title.
Yeah. Nice little Easter egg there.
Teaser.
But yeah, so he's a longtime Saints fan, and we love to give each other shit when either team loses. And I made sure to message him immediately. Why the fuck couldn't you have win when I wanted you? Hashtag who's that nation? You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. Yeah, really good game though. I mean, nevertheless, really good game. And then my boys pulling it out against the Panthers. Also a fantastic game.
It was
tough go.
Fantastic game. That was a really fun game to watch.
Yeah.
You know, there's so few games that they're just fun to watch.
Dramatic, right? Back and forth. We missed the fucking kick. I mean,
the whole thing. Yeah. So when those come on, man, I take full advantage of it.
I love it.
They're few and far between. So
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna address it. My Steelers, and
that's what I was gonna bring up next. Tough go for your guys with the Packers. We talked about that last week.
It was in Lambeau. We knew this was a tall order. Boy.
Is it 1-3 now? Is it 1-3 now?
1-3.
Shit.
We beat Buffalo.
Yeah.
Our one win is against the fucking Bills.
Hey, that's a good win. That's a good win. You be proud of that.
Lose at home to Cincinnati. Lose at home to the Raiders. Right. And you beat Buffalo. Anyway. So yeah, it's gonna be a long season.
It's gonna be a long season.
It's gonna be a long season.
I'm really sorry. A lot of my wife's family is Steelers fans too, so a lot of them feel the pain that you do. So the Steelers team is always close to my wife's side family of the heart. So we're always watching the Steelers stuff. We're always watching the boys, the Raiders as well, because my uncle actually used to do broadcast radio for the Raiders in California back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Cool. And if you heard his voice, you'd be like, oh, yeah, he's definitely been on the radio. He's got that deep soul bubble. Yeah. But yeah, so he loves Raiders. He actually terrified me as a child to love the Raiders. I really did love the Cowboys, and I like the Vikings because the colors, you know what I mean, as a kid. And every time he was at the house, Raider Nation, and it scared the shit out of me. I'd have to like them or I'd just be fucked. So I liked them up until we moved. And then I was like, I really like the Cowboys.
Fun fact. The very first team I liked, and I've never told this before. Never said this before. There's probably half a dozen people in the world that know this, but I'm a lifelong Steelers fan since I was a kid. It's my first team. Right. However, that's really not true, because when I was really, really young, my dad bought me a Fran Tarkington jersey, Minnesota Viking quarterback.
Oh,
and I remember watching him on TV, and I don't know how I remember this because I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how I remember it, but I remember watching him. I remember being very invested in the game. It was so weird. And so as much as I claim to be a Steelers fan, maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I was
no, you're not.
really
No,
a lifelong Vikings fan.
no, you're not.
Maybe
Because
that's
I'll
what
tell
it
you what,
was.
as a child, Jerry Rice was my man and Randy Moss, Vikings. So, I mean, those two were always highly regarded in my head as that's who
He
I
was so
wanted to
much
be
fun
when
to
I grew up.
watch.
I wanted to be a wide receiver. I wanted to be Jerry Rice.
You
I will never
didn't
forget
have the
in my
height for it,
head.
right?
Yeah, no shit, right? Or the athletic ability.
Right.
But
Oh,
Jerry Rice, when he caught, I'm gonna over exaggerate in my head, fucking a 30-yard pass with one hand in the touchdown. I mean, he's that I feel like as a kid has always just stuck with me forever. He's always gonna be like up there as just one of my favorites of all time.
he was
And
special.
Randy Moss too up there as a little kid, like those two guys. I didn't care about the teams. Those two guys, they were just greatness. You know what I mean?
And I think that's
And
true with a lot of kids. They're more
yeah,
about the player
right.
until, and then all of a sudden,
And you see what the family likes. You see what dad's all about. Mom's like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? What's the
The
fam
fuck
liking?
you
And
mean you like
yeah,
Cleveland?
yeah, exactly.
The
Put on this
fuck out of
jersey.
my fucking
Shut up.
house.
Put on this jersey. Yeah. But
Quick stat.
good week in football, guys. Tough go for some teams. It's gonna
And
be
it's not just the Steelers. We got the aforementioned Houston Texans, but also
yeah.
Miami Dolphins. Oh my
Well, and
goodness.
the Vikings too. Just talking about the Vikings and talk about low scoring game. I mean, 14-7. They've
At home.
faced the
Yeah.
Browns, right? Yeah, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough game. That was a
Yeah.
really rough game.
Yeah.
It's
And
always tough.
Tennessee eking by the Jets. And how
Yep.
the fuck the executives at CBS, excuse me, who made this decision? So let's watch the 0-4 Jets play overtime for the entire first quarter of the Legends game, which was the Steelers playing in Lambeau
The
Field.
Packers, yeah.
I mean, it's you've got Ben Roethlisberger going against Aaron Rodgers for the first time ever
Mm-hmm.
in the regular season. First time ever. And we get to watch the 0-4 Jets.
Yep. 0-4 Jets.
That made no sense to me.
Finally, well, no, 1-3 now. They fucking finally won one.
Yeah,
they barely got that win.
Whatever. They're 0-4 in my mind.
They lost that fucking game. Fuck them. Anyways, all right. I think that's good enough for
One
football.
second, guys. 1 second.
1 minute. Really 1 minute.
1 second. Sorry about that.
All right. Yeah, I guess you're right. It was literally 1 second. All right. Let's move on to MMA topics. Let's wrap up UFC 38. It was a really good card. We had some really great fights. Dirty, let's talk about the main card, which opens up, let's see, I believe. Okay, I want to make sure I got it right. Alexander Hernandez. I almost said it was a Cirkunov fight. So Alexander Hernandez getting that first round knockout against Mike Breeden. I mean, Mike Breeden was a pretty good up and comer, but Alexander Hernandez has also been one of those fighters that have been real kind of up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought he was going to be a big prospect and then kind of disappointed in some fights. And now he's just kind of middle of the road. But nevertheless, it was a really good fight, really good win for him. He needed that for sure. Jocko getting the decision. I gotta say, man, I was just not a fan of that Cirkunov Jocko fight. It was really great for the first couple rounds, and then it just got stagnant and they got burnt out. And it was one of those fights where you're just like, fucking A, man, I can't wait for that third round bell to just ring, brother. Fuck. And then what were your thoughts on the Nico Price Oliveira fight, man? 3-round war. I thought it was going to be a first round knockout Price from either one of them.
I don't know that Nico Price has ever had a fight that wasn't a war.
Right. Yeah.
That guy, every time he fights, he's got the weirdest fucking shoulders, man. But
he's such a cool dude. I just like him, man. He's just such a cool fucking guy.
No, he's a good dude. And he's a great fighter. I love his style. He's very aggressive and again, always ends up in a fucking war. And
you
just got to have mad respect for somebody that is willing to do that. Carson Wentz is not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. However, There's nobody in the NFL that will stand there and get laid out
Yep.
by Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald or TJ Watt, Micah Parsons. Doesn't matter. He'll take the shot. And it's amazing. Nico Price is that guy. He'll take the shot, man. He doesn't care.
Yep. Yeah, he'll throw with reckless abandonment because he knows that he can also take those hits. You know what I mean? And he gave a lot of really, really solid attacks. It was very close in the beginning, but he was able to secure some really fucking great takedowns towards the end and just kind of pound it out to get the decision. Really great war between the two, and I think he gassed Cowboy out. Wasn't expecting that, man. Still, I wasn't expecting that. But let's talk about this Kevin Holland and Dacus fight, which I want to pull up on our social media. Follow us, Dirty and DZAN on Instagram.
Don't forget to like this video right here, please.
You know, guys, I need to remember to say this at the beginning because I keep fucking forgetting. All right. So there was the headbutt. Okay, inadvertent headbutt. Bam. I mean, hard. Dan Murgliata thought about stopping it. He thought him shelling up was protecting himself. Kevin Holland then gets submitted rather quickly, while I think he's still trying to catch his bearing. And there it is. Let's watch it again. Bam. I mean, inadvertent, but still. And I want to say Brendan said something really stupid on the commentators. He said, I mean, let's not forget Kyle Dacus got headbutt too. And he didn't act like, I mean, dude, he wasn't.
What?
It was, yeah. And then they immediately played it back. And then they're like, well, it hit his chin. It was the crown of his head that hit Holland's chin. I mean, that's going to knock anybody out.
Yeah. No shit.
And it was just super quiet. That was just such a stupid thing to say at the beginning. But yeah, while they were just trying to figure out the whole confusion, Dan Murgliata was talked to by Herb Dean on the sideline. Look, I think the officials need to take more responsibility for this kind of shit. They have the opportunity in Nevada to review, a replay without it being a fight ending sequence. And he should have immediately stopped the fight. And you treat it like a groin strike. You treat it like, you know what I mean? Like an inadvertent eye poke. You stop the fight. You let that fighter who got hit and was injured a chance to recover, right? And then you play on while everybody else is reviewing the replay. Okay. That's not what happened. He let the fight continue, which led to controversy. If the official took responsibility in the first place, it wouldn't have had such a controversial ending in what I was saying. I love Dan Murgliata, but
listen, Herb Dean and Dan Murgliata are my two favorite referees. It's not a good look, but it's the right thing to do, and to come together and kind of talk it out. And I'm with you. You know, that's something that it needs to be addressed.
Right.
The judging and the reffing of these fights, the officiating of these fights, the judging of these fights. It's something that has to be addressed.
Yeah.
This is the same situation as, when there's like, I don't even want to compare that, but it just, I don't know. For me personally, I do appreciate the fact that they're coming together and kind of taking it upon themselves to come together at that. Nobody told them to do that. Right. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know.
It's just a rough one. And I mean, I completely agree with Herb. He pulled him aside and he said, basically, there shouldn't be any second guessing. If you're an official, you go with your gut, right? No matter what, as a referee.
Now, with that said, I got to say, as soon as you saw him drop like a bag of sand,
and you saw that it was from a headbutt.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. It's because Dan second guessed that. He shelled up.
Even if it's not from a headbutt, I mean, think about that. When you see a fighter drop like a bag of wet sand, Yeah.
And he took one more shot too, right? You would think the referee
Right.
would be right in there, like, no, like that's it, enough. But he second guessed himself because he saw Kevin shell up and start to kind of reach and protect himself. And that really wasn't the case. And Herb pretty much was letting him know, like, there is no second guessing in this. If you felt in the moment right then and there, you should have stopped it. Then there is no more. You should have stopped it. Right. Mm-hmm. Requested that replay, let him recover. And then we fight on, right. Because who knows, it would have had a different outcome if Kevin was given 5 minutes to recover. And if it wasn't that bad of a headbutt to where he could have fully recovered. Right. Then who knows, it might have ended that same way in a different round, or it could have went to decision. We don't know. And it sucks that we didn't get the opportunity to find that out because of the officiating in that fight. That's all I'm saying. Again, love you, Dan, but we need to have some more responsibility with these officials in these fights. Really important fights. I mean, that's segue. We can
cut, man. These guys are losing their fucking gig over this. You got people. Do you know the difference? I mean, I know everybody that's watching this video knows the difference between being a champion and not being a champion as far as pay goes.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable difference.
Oh, huge. Yeah.
It's you're going from still having to siphon off of your sponsors to fuck you money. Yeah. It's a lot of very expensive decisions being made. In other words.
All right. And then we had the main event, Thiago Santos, Johnny Walker. I am a big SBG fan. Love Ireland SBG. No, you
didn't just do that, did you?
But I am not
fanboy.
No, listen to me. You don't even know what I'm about to say.
I don't care. Fanboy.
I am not happy with the corner work in the Johnny Walker fight. They were treating it like he was winning every round. And I think that built up a comfortability with him.
Do that with Connor too?
And it made him lose. No.
Yes.
Dirty. No.
Yes.
No, they don't. Because Connor just does what he does and just goes out there and
what does that mean?
He's not a celebrity. He breaks people's faces for money and bounces. Okay. Anyways. Clip that. All right. Moving on. But listen, I really was not happy with what they were saying. They're like, you got that one, keep him, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what are they watching?
Isn't he like SBG North Carolina or something like that?
No, he's in Ireland. He literally went for a year. His wife, who he's getting married to, is Irish.
Gym in, I think it's North Carolina or Georgia or something. And he was fighting out of there for a while.
I'm sure that's probably where he started to get his feet wet. And then once he was like, you know what? Once I like this,
it's probably for
because he talked about moving there for a year. He talked about that in his last interview. He's been out there for a whole year training with Kavanaugh and the group. So, I mean, he's been out there.
That's okay.
I wasn't happy with the way that they were, I don't know. He lost that fight handedly, and they made it seem like it was going to be a really close victory for him. And I don't know. I thought it was weird. Thiago Santos did a fantastic job with
he's a great fighter.
Man,
both of them are, but
I think Thiago needed that more than Johnny did.
I got to keep it real with you. It seems to me that since Johnny Walker switched to SBG is when things started going downhill for him. And if you look at his record, it'll indicate that.
I think this is his first fight since. I think it's his first fight since, right? Or no, he had one other fight.
Second.
Okay, yeah, at least a second, because he took a year off to try and sharpen some things up. And this is his
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's when he switched, though.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. So this is his third straight loss. I don't know. It's his third straight loss, So we'll see what happens. His first one was to Corey.
3 straight.
Yep.
Right.
I don't know. 4. No, I don't think so. Pretty sure he won his last 2. The last one was a no contest due to doctor stoppage.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. They're actually 1-1-1.
Yeah,
So
there you go. Spoken like a
Anyways,
real Jack Ryder.
hard.
Anyway,
hard. Yeah. I'll
we
admit it,
know.
give a fuck. One person that was missing from the UFC Vegas 38 card, Aspen Ladd. I love Aspen Ladd, but she just cannot make this fucking weight. This happened a few years back where she almost fucking fainted.
There was somebody
then,
else that I don't know, a couple years ago. It was a woman fighter. Who was that?
Aspen Ladd.
No.
She was shaking off the thing and fell down.
Was that who it was?
That was who it was. She
The
literally fell
on the
on the scale.
Oh, okay.
That was, and she almost did it again. They stopped her before she
that
fainted.
weight class in.
This is 135. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 135. She needs to go up.
Oh, she'd go to 125.
You can go to 145. Fuck that. Go to 145. I think this was a 135 fight, and she couldn't make that.
Oh! I thought this was a 125 fight.
Oh, no. This is 135. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, she only got one.
She couldn't even make. There's only is Amanda Nunes. That's
good luck.
There's only
Have
one.
Fun. Have fun.
Yeah, there's only two people in that division. You're either gonna fight Amanda or Megan. Those are the two fighters. Unless
Fuck
they bring
you.
in, more.
I don't even want to fight Amanda.
Yeah, fuck no, man. So yeah,
I wouldn't mind wrestling with Megan.
No, I wouldn't. Love you, wife. But listen, hey, so one thing I did not mention though, real quick, before we move on from Vegas 38, Kyle Dacus and Kevin Holland both verbally agreed to run it back, and they're both eyeing November 13th. Nothing set in stone, but I think that would be really great. Let's see that fight ran back. Dan Hooker, being a fucking monster that he is, coming off his 266 win, going right back into another camp to fight the most dangerous fighter in that division right now, Islam Makhachev, on October 30th. He's going to stay in Vegas. He's not going to see his family. He's going to stay in Vegas, extend this camp to get ready, and then fly out to Abu Dhabi.
Speaking of Connor,
why are we doing this? What is your problem? Why? What did he do this week?
Fucking with you today.
He didn't do anything wrong this week
that we know of yet.
I literally brought up my phone.
Maybe the news cycle. Yeah.
I brought up my phone. I was like, wait, shit. Let me double check.
Maybe the news cycle just hasn't reached us yet. Just lost my train of thought. Oh,
Dan Hooker's a fucking beast.
No, Connor.
Oh, you were serious.
Yeah, no, I was dead serious. I can't remember what it was. And we do have to talk about John Jones too, by the way.
Yeah. What else with John? Did anything else come up? I'm so not ready for this. The audio was released. Yeah.
And the picture of him, or the video of him and his wife. And yeah.
Oh yeah. The Instagram. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's get over this real quick.
Hey, Mrs. Jones, sack up.
Yeah. It's not.
Quit letting him fucking do that shit to you, man.
17 years. It's not going to happen. I almost feel. And Izzy, my God, I love Israel Adesanya, and he is roasting him so bad on social media. And I'm sorry, but he's not fucking wrong with what he's saying. He's like, posting shit about it's obvious that he's like, we're going to take this fucking Instagram thing and you're going to smile and you're going to kiss me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, it's sad, but it's almost like you feel like it's true. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The only word I could think.
And
of.
what I hate is that he's like posting it out like everything is fine. Let's move on. We're saying. Good.
The thing
and
with
it's
his
sick,
wife,
bro.
I mean,
I don't like it.
Sick is the right word, because I grew up in a household where a woman took too much abuse from her husband. And it's one of those things that once you've lived in a house like that, where that goes on, whenever you hear something like that, it just instantly sickens you. It instantly makes your stomach upset.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything but hope that somehow somebody gets a hold of her.
Yeah.
And gets her the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It never gets better.
Yeah.
That is fodder for the masses that never, ever comes to fruition.
Yeah.
It never gets better. Ever. Don't fool yourself, Mrs. Jones.
You know what? Connor did do something this week that we can talk about.
If he beat D, I'm going to fly to Albuquerque.
Oh, God, no.
I'm picking you up. We're going to fly to Dublin.
Yeah.
And we are going to whoop one Conor McGregor.
We would need like 4 other people.
That's okay. We'll find them.
Yeah, we'll find them.
We'll swing by Detroit on the way over to Ireland.
Stop over in Russia. Grab a couple.
We'll get a couple Dagestanis.
Yeah.
And maybe a bear.
Maybe a bear. Yep.
I'm sure there's one in the backyard somewhere.
Until he screams titanium shin bone and fucking flies out at us.
Was it indestructible?
Unbreakable titanium shin bone.
Oh man.
But what he did do was not really call out, but basically say, Alexander Volkanovski, you didn't beat the greatest featherweights of all time because right here. That would be a great fight.
No, you're right, because Volkanovski did never beat Jose Aldo.
He beat Jose. Oh,
that's right. He did. That's
what he was saying. And that's why Connor was like, hey, bitch. Because he's like, I beat the 2 greatest. I beat Holloway and I beat Aldo.
I thought he was
I beat the 2 greatest featherweights.
Or,
yeah.
he's
not and it's what the people were saying.
Brian Ortega.
Oh, Ortega. Yeah. No, he was saying, no, I
thought that's who he was talking about was Ortega and Holloway.
No. He was saying Aldo and Holloway. And then they're like, he's like, nah, you didn't beat the greatest featherweights. I'm right here.
Gotcha.
He's like, and I'll take that belt. And Alexander Volkanovski, of course, in his drunk rant.
There is no chance.
He's off. He wants to come down. He's off, but he ain't coming down.
145.
There's no way.
There's no chance.
He might even stay in 170. There's no way he's going down. Have you seen him lately? Yeah. He is a fucking tank right now. I think he's going to be 170. I don't think he's going back down.
Connor getting to 145 would be like me hitting 200. It's just not in the cards.
Hey, you know what? Those days that we were thinking, man, Jose really needs to go up to 155 because he's struggling to make 145, and he is just wrecking 135. He is just a whole nother animal. He is, which only shows how great Connor is because he knocked him out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! Will you stop? I'm gonna
bring
reach
it
right through this fucking camera in a minute.
Bring it around, baby. Oh, I love it. Okay. You got me off my track, dirty fuck. I usually have a very nice, detailed way of how I go about things.
So it's better than your rapping?
Throwing me off the trail. Zing. Let's talk about some fighters that were released. How about that? One Thomas Almeida.
Again, yes.
Of the victim of the Sugar Show.
Yeah.
He lost 4 in a row. He's out of here. Mike Rodriguez sucks. Lost 3 in a row. Antonio Arroyo lost 3 in a row. Sarah Alpar. I mean, the writing was on the wall for Sarah. I mean, not 2 big losses, but they're cutting, keeping the roster nice and lean. Lean 600 and something fucking fighters that they have now. What they should be doing is getting some 145 females.
I gotta say, Dana brought up a really fair point, and listen, I'll shit all over Dana if I get the opportunity, just as much as I'll pump him up. And I got to pump him up on this one. He came out and he explained, because they were talking about whoever that was that died, bare knuckle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But he came up.
Justin Thornton.
Yeah. Can you not interrupt me again?
Fuck off. That was going to be my next topic, and you're stealing it from me.
Was it?
Hold on.
Oh,
yeah, actually.
it was his next topic.
You know what? Yeah, because I
Was
have
it?
fighters released, and then
okay. I could have Googled it too and pulled it up on my phone. Ooh,
yes, that
you're
was
so
my
good.
topic right there.
Anyway.
You know what? You don't respect what I do here.
So he comes out and he says, you guys, every time I talk about fighter pay, this is one of the things that I'm talking about. We have, what is it, 600, whatever people under contract.
Roster,
and we've put on, I think, 7,000 fights, he said. And in those 7,000 fights, he's never had a serious injury. The most they get is a broken shin bone, in his words.
Right.
And then, we've never had anybody die in the octagon. And, he kind of segued from that and then ends up talking about fighter pay. And I was, he was bringing some very, very fair points here, because when these guys get hurt, the UFC pays for that.
Right.
When they get rushed to the hospital, the UFC foots that whole fucking bill.
Right.
So, I think him bringing that up is a very, very fair point. I really do.
So was he saying that BKFC, do they not have their fighters insured in a way where they don't take care of them medically? Or
he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't need to, because he alluded to it. But I think
the only thing I saw was that he said he wasn't surprised.
Yeah, he said that. He says, I'm not shocked, and you shouldn't be shocked, or something like that. But yeah, no, then he went on to talk about, fighter pay, and comparison to other sports, boxing, bare knuckle, they don't pay for all of that stuff.
Right.
And so while, yes, you may get a couple more million boxing, you could very well easily lose that couple of million if you end up comatose. So, very fair points he made, I thought. And DZAN has froze up on us, and I have to leave this up there. This is a thing of beauty.
Dirty, you there?
I'm here, and you are frozen, and you look so weird frozen, and I think it's awesome. And I'm going to leave this up just like this to make you look unflattering. Again, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm going to, and just like that, my internet went down. I'm sorry about that. Sorry to DZAN. This sucks. This is something I've been dealing with for the past couple of weeks now. My internet keeps going in and out. It screwed up a bunch of videos on Patreon last week. They've yet to fix it. And as a matter of fact, last weekend, we went to Chili's Saturday night. Yeah, I went to Chili's Saturday night, and we found out that that was 6 miles from our house. Their internet was out. Come to find out, almost all of West Palm Beach internet was out all day Saturday and part of the day on Friday, and a good part of the day on Friday, I think, and then Sunday. It came back on Saturday night, and then it was out again Sunday. It was a freaking nightmare, man. So we're going to end this podcast. Sorry, guys. Really am. Try to make up for it next week. I think all we had left really was some music news. I'm not going to talk about it, but there was a really big deal that took place this week, and I guess we'll just have to save it for next week. And Lastly, I guess I should let you guys know we are going to be doing our top 10s. And as you probably already noticed, we did our top 10 straw weights. And we're doing flyweights or featherweights, something like that. This week, well, actually, no. I take that back. I don't know when we're going to get those done. Depends when DZAN and I can hook back up again. So, but yeah, you've already seen the straw weights one. As soon as we get an opportunity to do the flyweights or featherweight, I believe it's flyweights, women's, we'll get that up to you guys too. All right. This really sucks for me because I have a lot of videos to get done. I don't know how we're going to do that with this nonsense still going on. So anyway, that's it. That's all we have for you guys this week. Hope you guys enjoyed this nonsense. Very sorry. We'll be back, though. Peace.